Planting seeds and mulching is one of the most effective post-fire restoration treatments that is simple and practical for most landowners. Seeding is most effective in relatively flat areas with bare ground or sparse vegetation. When the ground is bare, soils are easily eroded and they lose their vital organic components and insects. Plants soften the impact of raindrops and slow the flow of water over the surface of the ground. When rain slows down, it can infiltrate the soil where it is stored and travels downward, replenishing streams, the water table, and aquifers. Without plants to slow rainwater, it travels over bare ground quickly, taking soils, debris, and ash with it, eventually making its way to our streams and rivers. Native seed, cover crops, and shielding soil with a thin layer of mulch helps protect the soil, keep it moist, traps sediment, and provides a seed bed for more plants to grow. Slow it down, spread it out, sink it in. These are the seeds we recommend. A native grass blend, like the Land of Enchantment Mountain Mix from Curtis & Curtis Seeds.
The native seed is small seed and it's really fluffy. It's very lightweight. It's got a mixture of a number of species in there.
2. Cover crops like oats, barley, millet, or rye.
The cover crop is oats, but you can have different cover crops with a mixture of barley and millet, but just plain seed oats works well. They need to be whole oats, not steamed.
These are some important considerations you might have when doing this work. Pair native seeds with cover crops to quickly stabilize soils, add living mulch, and assist germination. Spread cover crop seeds separately from native seed because they tend to be larger and do not mix evenly.
You cannot mix the two seed types when you're broadcasting because they're such different sizes. They'll broadcast at different rates.
Sterile annual seeds like oats and rye are good cover crops to prevent weeds because they establish quickly and do not replace native plants. Seeding is effective on steeper slopes if covered with crimped mulch or protected by logs or slash to hold seeds in place. Here are some instructions for seeding your land. 1. Determine the local acreage to be seeded. A good seeding rate is 15 pounds of native grass seed per acre with another 25 pounds of cover crop per acre. 2. Leave existing plants and pine needles in place because they help stabilize soils. 3. If the ground is hard, use a rake or harrow to roughen the soil surface and create a better seedbed. 4. Spread the seed by hand or with a seeder. Spread the cover crop first, followed by native seed.
That was 6 steps.
5. Rake or harrow the seed into the soil half an inch. 6. Spread a thin layer, less than 1 inch of straw or pine needles across the entire seeded area. 1 straw bale covers about 800 square feet. Depending on your land, these are some site-specific modifications. If there are plants coming up in the treatment area, do not remove them. Instead, seed around them, making sure not to cover them or damage their roots. If their roots are exposed, cover the base of the plant with soil and mulch. If you're seeding in windy weather or on steep slopes, crimp the mulch into the soil using the pointed end of a shovel to hold the mulch and seed in place. If the soil is really hard and you're covering a large area, if possible, use a harrow instead of a rake. Wood mulch is an alternative to straw if lightly applied. A thin layer of wood mulch or slash, less than 1 inch, instead of straw, helps to protect seeds and stabilize soils. In conclusion, seeding with native seed and cover crops helps to stabilize soils, protect against weeds, and jumpstart plant recovery after a wildfire. If seeding is done over a large area, it can help reduce post-fire flooding. Bare soils are fragile and can be swept away in rainstorms. Plants help to slow water down, spread it out, and sink it in.